Torah portion for this Shabbat is Parshat Lech Lecha, comes from the book of Genesis, chapter 12. And there is this phrase that we see only twice in the Torah, in this week's Torah portion and the next week's Torah portion, really in the bookends almost of Abraham's life, this phrase, Lech Lecha. The Hebrew word lalechet means to walk. And lecha, when you have a l in front of something, it means to. Okay? So if I said, Ani holech la beit knesset, it would say, I am walking to the synagogue. Ani, me, holech, walk, la, to, beit knesset, the synagogue. So when you have a lamed in front of something, it means going to something. But in this case, it says lech lecha, go to yourself. So the rabbis aren't really 100% sure how to translate this phrase. And the best way that I always translate it is get yourself going. And where is it that Abraham at this stage in his life is asked to get going? Somewhere else. Think about it. He's lived almost his entire life in this city named for his late brother Haran in northern Mesopotamia. And at the age of 75, the Holy One says to him, Lech Lecha, go on a journey to a place you've never been, to a place about which you've only heard. Follow me. And in exchange, I will bless you, and I will make your name great, and you shall be a blessing, and through you will all of the nations of the earth be blessed. What God is asking for Avram to perform is an act of transformation, an act of trying to figure out how to be different than he ever was, to leave behind the land that he has called home, the place of his birth, all the mores he's been ever taught by his family, and to go on a journey of transformation. Now let me ask you, and I want you to answer honestly. How many of you, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being I really don't like myself, and 10 being I think I am all that and more, would put yourself on that spectrum somewhere between a 5 and a 10? That is an astoundingly no number. We're going to have to get some psychotherapists in here to help you people. Really? Raise your hands again if you think you're somewhere between a 5 and a 10. Right? Well, I think most of us would somewhere sort of say, yeah, I'm pretty good with who I am. I mean, I like everything about myself. I may make mistakes from time to time, but I'm pretty good with who I am. I'm pretty good with what I know. I'm pretty sure of what I believe. And the Holy One says, yeah, you don't know anything. You need to completely discover a new sense of self. Now that's an almost impossible journey. Imagine being asked to do that at the age of 13 when our young adults here will become bat mitzvah tomorrow. Being asked to go on a process of transformation. I saw a meme on Facebook today that said, it's good to have a teenager in your house because you need someone who knows everything. And yet Avraham is 75 years old when he's asked to transform everything. But ultimately, I think what the Holy One is teaching Avraham and trying to teach us is that when you need to really become who you're supposed to be, you're not just supposed to go on a journey to some faraway land that you've never visited. You're supposed to lech lecha. You're supposed to go to yourself. Not the self that you think others need you to be, not the self that maybe you've always grown to assume you were supposed to be, but to go inward to that nikud that we spoke of at the beginning. To go to that place inside of yourself where the Holy One dwells, where you understand your full, authentic self, where you realize who it is that you desperately need to be. And if we can go to that place, we may find that the place where we need to dwell with God might be just around the corner, might be already in the homes in which we live, might be already on the paths that we tread, but might lead us to places of transformation of self, to resolution, to healing, and God willing, to peace. Amen.